much do you learn? How much more do you know now after having the benefit of being able to go back yesterday and be sort of?
Yeah, definitely. I always say it's never as good, never as bad as it seems. You go back and critique everything from the week of preparation leading up to how we made adjustments in the game to how we played certain sets and that sort of deal. So, obviously, the big plays and penalties were the glaring things, but, our guys did a lot of good things. What stood out the most in the fourth quarter, overtime, was just the true character of the guys in the locker room. Championship strain, heart, determination, no quit attitude. As bad as that third quarter was, those guys rose to the occasion and went out there and won the game, and that was really cool to see.
What did you learn about Wes Goodwin, and what did you say, okay, now I know. Now, 5 games into my career, and now I take this as a learning moment or a teaching moment, or now I know this about myself, or play calling?
Yeah, definitely. There's some definitely a lot of things I could have did different, but I think the biggest thing is I didn't panic, and I think the guys just, looking them in the eyes on the sidelines, they see that you're not panicking. You got confidence in what we're doing. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it right, and I think just that calmness and confidence on the sidelines, and we ended up, getting things righted there at the end of the game, and obviously went out there and won the game on the last play.
It's not often that head coaches or even coordinators get in position group huddles, but you and Coach Sweeney both went into that defensive backs huddle at one point. What was said there?
Yeah, just, trying to get those guys to just believe in themselves and have confidence in their abilities. The further you get away from the football, the more glaring your mistakes become. And, whether that's technique issues, how you play the ball at the top of the route, that sort of thing. So just trying to get those guys to calm down and, just believe in themselves, have that confidence to go out there and move on to the next play, and, just trying to get them to settle in.
I guess, was there a common thread in the secondary mistakes?
It seemed like every coverage we played, we gave up a big play in. So whether that's cover 2, cover 3, quarters, whatever it is, it was one out of each, it seemed like. So just great teaching moments with guys. I think we have their attention. They want to learn, want to get better. And, this week's going to be huge for them to come out and starts this afternoon, put this game to bed. None of those points carry over to this week, so we start back at 0 going into Saturday. So a new opportunity to go do it again.
Sometimes we think about that mesh affecting the defensive line or the linebackers, but it looked, just watching it at times, like the defensive backs or the corners were peeking a little too long, and then somebody would be by them.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, a little bit. There's some eyes in the backfield, no doubt. Credit to those guys. They had a lot of 6-year guys, a lot of experience, and we knew the challenge going in. Their receivers are older, veteran group of guys, and knew how to play. And Sam Hartman's as accurate of a quarterback as we'll face all year. Some of those throws were just right there on the money. The touchdown pass to Trenton, the Toriano back shoulder fade, those are big-time throws. And, credit to them for making plays, and hats off to them.
So now you get another guy that's been around for seemingly forever who's accurate.
Yeah, definitely.
Receivers that can go get it.
Yeah, for sure. So we knew going into this season, this little stretch right here, would be a good test for our defense, and a huge opportunity to get back in the valley and right things.
Wes, how do you rate your defensive line play so far?
Yeah, I'm not going to put a grade on it.
Right.
There's some things we could do better, no doubt. Kind of had some banged up guys, so the rust definitely showed on those guys, and hopefully we can get XT back. TD and Brian coming back last game as well. Hopefully we can get some continuity in that group. Rooks had the wrap on his hand, and those younger guys, Peyton Page and Capehart, and just learning to play the game and stuff. So hopefully we can start to get the chemistry and continuity going up front and really start to dominate the line of scrimmage like we're more than capable of.
What's been your assessment of Miles' play in particular? Was there any particular reason that Nashville got to start over the weekend?
Yeah, no, I think it just goes into the week of preparation. All those guys are co-starters and everything counts. And Maskell had a solid game the week before, and I think this was Miles' best performance, and just want to continue to see him, getting into conference play where hopefully we can get some better rushes on quarterbacks and just using his athleticism on the edge as well. I definitely think he took a step forward this past game.
I know you talked about this a little bit after the game, but how much of the lack of pressure, how much do you contribute that to the quick passing game of other teams, and how much is that just maybe you guys not being where you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think looking back at this game, there was some definite moments where we could have did some things better and got opportunities to at least affect the quarterback, whether that's presence in his face or having the opportunity to sack him. And so we just got to do a better job of outworking the opponent sometimes and just out-competing him and finishing rushes and some good opportunities for those guys to continue to learn as well.
I think after the first scrimmage of August, when the offensive line sort of had its way with the defensive front, I think Coach Sweeney said it looked like the defensive line spent all off season hearing about how great it was going to be. I'm curious how much of a factor you think that is sort of in the big picture, sort of from then to now. Has that been an issue, you think, sort of?
I mean, I don't see that being an issue at all. I mean, credit to our offensive line getting better. I think they just had better energy on that day and came out and attacked the day, and maybe had a little better mindset. But I don't think that's having an effect on where we are right now at this moment.
Devin Leary's now another guy that maybe not really a threat to do it and run it all the time, but he's very patient.
Definitely.
He does not mind sitting there waiting for guys, and he will throw them open. Kind of challenge does he present with those wide receivers?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got 5 in the slot who's played a lot of ball, and 88. The offense kind of goes through those guys, and so it's another great challenge. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull it out up there last year, so our guys will have that chip on our shoulders to go out there and get after it on Saturday night. Game day, night game in the Valley, top 10 matchup. We'll be juiced up and ready to go, no doubt.
Coach, how important was it for Nate's confidence to make that play at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, just you always talk about next play mentality. You're going to give up big plays playing in the back end. You just have to have the mindset, hey, next play, next opportunity, and he went out there and had a great play on the ball to win the game.
What did you say to him during the game to have him in position to make that play and feel like he could?
Yeah, just, hey, you're our guy, just that confidence and belief and just kind of reassuring those guys in between series, hey, move on, dwelling on the past is going to do us no good here. We got opportunities to go get stops and win the game here at the end, and let's rise to the occasion.
As far as when you're having some mistakes in the secondary, obviously you want to be aggressive and blitz and do things like that, but do you have to reevaluate how much you blitz, or do you feel like it's emblematic of what you're trying to do, so you're still have to bring pressure regardless if you have some issues?
Yeah, most definitely. There's definitely a couple calls where, hey, I shouldn't have pressured here. I should have just played cover 2 or whatever base coverage you wanted to play. So, it's definitely, sometimes you call a blitz and you're busted all over and you get a sack. It's just give and take sometimes. And you can always go back and second guess yourself. But you call the defense, call the play with the utmost belief in that moment that that's the best thing to do. And you just sometimes you have to live with those consequences.
I guess, do you feel like you can be as aggressive moving forward with the way the secondary's playing, or?
I think week to week we'll evaluate those opportunities and see how we attack opponent offenses going forward.
Wes, how did Tyler come out of the game?
I mean, it was really cool to see him get back out there, and you know, there's definitely some things he can improve upon, and was rusty, but man, his heart and just determination just really stood out. There was a couple times where he was not going to be outcompeted, and he went and, you know, just made plays after plays, and we all know the type of character that he displays, and I mean, it was really cool to see him go out there and have success.
I know during his career, injuries kind of have lingered at times. Is he feeling good and ready to go this week?
Yeah, as far as I know, he'll be juiced up, no doubt.
Obviously not the mesh this week, but to me, sometimes I call them, well, we'll route you.
Yeah,
Kind
definitely.
of in the high game, they'll run wide receivers out of it, the slot guy, the running back type, whoever. So again, what kind of challenge do they present offensively with that? They run guys in motion.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
defend sideline to sideline.
For sure, you have to communicate and adjust to all their issues and problems they give you. But you know, veteran group offensive linemen, 4 out of 5, I believe, starters returning. I think their running backs are really, really good. Probably the best group that we'll see have seen up to this point. They run really, really hard and downhill and have great vision. And that'll be a huge challenge in itself. And then obviously, you know, Leary played a lot of ball and the challenges he presents. And then 5 and 88 are really, really talented receivers who'll be a huge, huge challenge on the back seven.
How positive a sign was it to see from this team that, like, hey, it's an overtime game against a top 25 team? How positive